All right, so we were looking for the Heartstone. We found it. As soon as we touched it, our doppelgangers popped up and started fighting us. We fought them, got away, but then weird things started happening when we got to our horses and we realized that we were actually all still asleep in the same room with the Heartstone. And as we started waking up, there was some being that was ghosty, dark figure flipping all our belt pouches and he got some of our gold and ran. We never did find him again. But we were able to wake up and then got the Heartstone, got out of there. Is that short enough?
Yes. As far as for the recent stuff, I was kind of hoping you'd kind of give an overview of what you guys did before you got here, so that Spencer would kind of have an idea of kind of the history of you guys. I don't know that's a lot because we've been. This is I don't know. This would be like the 38th session or something.
The Fallen
But I mean,
Paladin sessions, or like
that kind of stuff is what I was, just kind of to explain, and if it's too much for you, that's great. That's okay. But
No. I mean, we actually ended up here because my paladin fell out of Gracehood. I lost my paladin because I did something that I shouldn't have done, and so we were more or less trying to get it back. And we ended up, oh gosh, we ended up succeeding in getting my paladin hood back. Some features, no, but I did get a really nice weapon from my deity, and I got a mount. Everybody supported me really well, and we've been here in this town for a while, kind of helping out the villagers with stuff, and just going on small adventures. We took care of a cultist group, I believe, that worshipped a big dragon.
he helped restore the faith of some people that lost their faith a long time ago.
Nice.
yeah, the twin dwarves.
Yeah. Oh, those guys. I love those guys. They made my armor too. So, but they're here in the village. They're both smiths in the village. And then we went looking for the Heartstone, which was stolen from the people here at the village. The local druid that's on the edge of town, I believe his name is Alaric.
That is correct.
Yeah, actually sent us out to look for this Heartstone. And I think it was one of the first steps into a second one. Oh, and we went out to the swamps and fought a whole bunch of lizard guys that would turn into gas when you kind of killed them. That was pretty cool out there, and that's where I started to discover what my sword could do that I got from my deity. So,
Alrighty, so you guys have got all your supplies. You've been resting up, talking about what you want to do. You've been saying, "Oh, we need to go see Alaric." You're eating your evening meal, talking about, "Oh, we need to go see Alaric." And Alaric shows up to the tavern with you guys. And like last time, he just kind of invites himself to sit down next to you, and he's talking, just discussing the things that we had discussed earlier about, what's going on with the coven, that sort of stuff. And he's just kind of randomly just kind of picking, he'll grab a roll from somebody's plate and maybe a piece of chicken from somebody else's. And the barmaid does bring him a glass of ale, and she doesn't make him pay for it, and so he's drinking that. So he's just kind of sitting there, just making himself at home, carrying on a conversation with you. So that's what he's done.
all right. So he was the one that originally sent us after the Heartstone, right?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. So I want to tell him that we found what he sent us for. We just need to know who to return it to.
So he asked to see it because he hadn't seen it since he was a little kid.
Can I show it to him without just dropping it on the table and having the whole end turn around and say, ooh?
You can I don't know. You tell me what you want to do. Because it does kind of glow green, It's not like it's just gonna it's pretty pretty visible.
Okay, I'm gonna try to. Where do I have that? Did I put that on my inventory, or did?
It's in your inventory. Where you put it? Actually, you don't have it.
I'm looking for it on my inventory.
It's the giant green gemstone in your inventory.
Oh, I see. It says Heartstone. Did you
Yeah,
just
use that.
change the name of that?
No, I identified it for you.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Because I could have swore it said something different on there just a second ago. Okay. All right.
Yes, it probably said gem or no.
It said green gem is what it said. Okay.
Green
Yeah, green
stone.
stone. Yeah.
yeah.
Okay. All right. At least I'm not having a stroke. Okay.
No, you're good.
Okay. So, it's in my backpack. So I'm gonna. I don't know that I want to expose this out, like out in the middle of everything. So I tell him if he wants to step out or go someplace else, I'll show it to him. And we've got rooms here. I could take him to one of the rooms and show it to him. But I just tell him at this point, since you seem hungry, let's just know that I've got it.
He kind of looks at you, strangely, just kind of looks around. He says, we know everybody here.
All right. If he feels comfortable with it, I'm just going to open up the edge of my backpack and let him see it. If it's glowing green, he should be able to see the glow.
Yeah. So he looks in. I mean, he gathers you don't want him to pull it out, so he doesn't. He says that looks like the Heartstone. Indeed. He says, well, we must keep that away from Morgana.
Okay, but who is it supposed to go to? You asked us to retrieve it for somebody. Are we just supposed to hold on to it and protect it?
He didn't tell you to get it for somebody. It was originally the villages, this town's. They used it for various things. But the main goal was for you guys was to keep Morgana from getting it, to decipher the book that she took.
Perfect. Okay, thank you.
So should we go after Morgana then? Is it time for that?
Well, I get a feeling she might come for us. If she knows we have it. But
take the fight to the witch.
Do we? Well, let's ask Alaric. Do you? Well, I don't want to ask where the witch is and then walk right into her temple with the stone that she's looking for.
No, I think we should leave that here. Maybe with him.
I'd say we could leave it with the temple, but of course we left the book with them in the first place, and they lost it to the witch.
Not the same book. Not the same book. That was a different book. The book that was taken was you guys were fighting in the swamp, remember? And the witch, not Morgana, but a witch that worked for her, took the book you guys were going after from the little place there. Not the other book was the book you got from the crypt. It was how to create mummies. Yeah, it was how to create mummies. I mean, not that she wouldn't have probably wanted it, but that was not what she was looking for. That book was wanted probably more than likely by the cult of Nefertum because it's necromantic.
Okay, and it did get stolen from the temple, right?
Yes, it did.
Okay, all right. Okay.
You had that right.
So, all right. We could take the stone to the temple, but I don't know how much I trust their ability to hold on to something.
What about this guy? Can you trust this guy? He seems kind of like loafish.
Alaric?
Yeah.
Maybe. I mean, he's been pretty helpful to us quite a bit. There was one other wizard that we've communicated with, but I mean, we haven't dealt with him too much. In fact, we've never dealt with him directly, just his apprentice.
His underlings, yeah. Alaric is the head of the Druid Grove here.
Yeah.
Could you hide the gem somewhere? Somebody sneak out, put it somewhere where nobody will look, and hide it, rather than give it to somebody and trust it, to be lost by somebody else. Can send someone out on a recon mission to hide it.
Good. That's the only thing. I mean, I don't know that I trust the people at the temple.
Seems like you might be able to use divination to find it, though. Like leaving it with somebody.
It's a possibility for sure.
What if we ask the druids? Not the druids, the dwarves. The twin dwarves.
I would leave it with somebody capable of fighting.
Although they had the amulet stolen.
Yeah, but just because they hung it on a stupid wooden peg inside their...
That's true.
They had it right out in the open. It got stolen,
Yeah, that might not be the best people to leave it with.
I'd say Alaric or the dwarves would be fine.
Yeah. Well, I asked Alaric. I mean, would you know where we could safely store this, or could we leave this with you so that Morgana doesn't get it, and then we'll go after Morgana?
He's chewing some food, and he kind of talks around it. He says, "Well, you can leave it with me if you feel like Morgana's not going to come to the town. We don't want her to come here, but it should be safe with me if you did. I think it probably would be safer for you guys. You're more equipped to deal with her, although she is said to be more powerful than Thorn Thunderstrike, who has the wizard tower that you guys were just talking about."
It's rough because, one thing is you're leaving it unguarded or maybe with somebody foolish, very important item. And then on the other hand, if you keep it with you, you're basically taking it right to her. So,
Yep, and that's what I remember seeing a movie about that. I can't remember what movie it was, but they just walked in.
yeah.
Yeah, so.
But,
I mean,
again,
it's called
yeah.
Lord of the Rings, and he walked the ring right into Mordor.
Was it Lord of the Rings? Yeah, no.
Oh my god. Oh yeah, that one.
Yeah, that one. I think they did it in the Kingsman too.
Yes.
Okay, so I don't know. We could go talk to the dwarves and ask them. I mean, because they're on our side and they'd be truthful to us because we really return stuff back to them that they missed.
Okay. Midway through the conversation, this point, two large crows come flying. The front door is actually not closed; it's open. It should be open. They come flying in. One of them sits on the table. One of them sits right on Alaric's shoulder, and is just like chirp, right into his ear.
What are they saying? Can I hear?
And I was about to say, Jolliman, you can understand what he's saying. And they're kind of bird talk. It's just really just staccato sort of speaking, that they were following the people that that Alaric sent them to watch, and they have went into the hills and they fought with some cultists and left beyond that. And that's what you hear, Jolliman. And then whenever they stop talking, he kind of calms them down and feeds them a little bread. And he says, well, and he explains what they just said. He had sent them to watch the coven, not Morgana, but the people that work with her. And they, along with a group of others, started heading into the hills tonight because it's nighttime now. And they had an encounter with some cultists. The cultists and the coven don't get along at all. They both hate each other, and a fight ensued. But the coven, apparently the coven group won and continued on through the mountains. And Alaric says that they normally don't leave the swamp ever. So why they are going into the hills, he doesn't know. But it may be worth looking into.
Okay, that's where we're going, because I bet you they're doing some type of witchy stuff.
Yep.
All right.
Do we go now or do we go in the morning?
I would leave first light. That would be my opinion.
Yeah,
but
first light. Yeah.
You do witchy stuff at night.
Yeah,
This
you
is
do.
You
This is
do.
true. This is true.
Also, I will remind you that there are wyverns in the hills, and they don't typically fly around and eat your face in the middle of the night.
They don't typically.
They don't.
How far
They're just during the
away?
day.
How far away?
They are not nocturnal.
But they sting like a motherfucker.
About an hour as the crow flies. They
All right,
don't know.
we could follow them
Super
tonight,
what
couldn't
you
we?
would-
We could. That's not that far.
You guys know the hills aren't that far. You've been there a couple of times.
We got Patsy to watch the horses.
If we want to take horses, do we have enough horses?
You do not. I think a couple of you have horses, but not all of you.
Some of them got eaten.
Yep.
Oh,
some of them
no.
did. Horatio can watch the horses if you leave them, and that's generally where you leave them is in the stable here. That's
How
the
far?
stable guy's name.
How far is this location that we're going to?
Who are you asking?
It's not that
Just-
far.
Yeah.
We could walk.
Okay. Yeah, that's what I was trying to gather out of it. If it's
Well, Alaric will tell you it's probably about a 2.5 hour hike from
Oh,
here to
perfect.
where. So. And it's just dusk now, or is it dusk? Yeah, it does.
Better if we ride.
Either way is fine. If it's fine with me.
How many horses are we lacking?
Jalaman has a horse. I'm looking to see if Jason still has a horse. Actually, he has 2.
He doesn't. He has one. I don't know why he's got 2 listed there.
I don't have a mount. If it would be in my inventory, that is.
We got money.
It would. We've got money. I
One.
mean, I don't know. We'd have to talk to Horatio and see if he has any that for sale. But
I have one. I bought a horse.
I'd like to buy a mount for sure.
So keep in mind, it's there's nobody that's going to be awake at this point, or not. I shouldn't say awake, but there's not going to be a place to where you can go buy a horse this late at night.
Right. Well, first light, we can stop at the stables if it doesn't take too long, or we can just trek it on foot. It sounds like it's pretty close, so maybe we shouldn't, ride up on in there and go on foot.
And Wyverns love
fine.
horses, so
Yeah,
that's what I'm
they
worried
do.
about.
Yeah, you're basically bringing them lunch.
Okay, so go without horses, but just wait until tomorrow.
Correct.
Right. And the Heartstone, any suggestions on protecting it? Are we still thinking
I'd leave with
recon and hide it? Leave it with Alaric?
That's what I vote.
Yeah, leave it with him. You guys know him better than me. If you don't think he's too flighty, and
He's a high-level druid.
okay, leave it with him.
Yeah. Yeah, and he's been good to us and very informative.
Okay.
So, all right. I asked Alaric if he'll hold on to it. I'm going to wrap it up in some type of cloth and try to hand it to him.
He says,
And-
okay.
I'll ask him if he wants an escort back.
He's like, no, aren't you going to see what happened? He
Yes,
just kind of grabs it and stuffs it into his shirt somewhere, and it kind of disappears.
Now we're going to go first light.
He kind of raises an eyebrow, but doesn't say anything.
Unless you think we should go tonight. I'm thinking he believes we should go tonight, so maybe we should just hike it out there. 2.5 hours out there. We'd be there before midnight. Let's just do it.
Witchy stuff does happen at night.
At midnight, too.
Yep.
Let's go check the witchy stuff.
All right, we're well rested. I mean, we've been here for a couple days. We've eaten, drank. We've probably been hanging around here all day, napping and eating, and yeah, why not?
Yeah, well, why not? Let's go do it.
I have the perfect dwarven song for that. I am a dwarf and I'm digging a hole, diggy diggy hole.
That's a good marching song.
That's beautiful.
All right, so I wish I had a scenic view of hills at night, but I don't. So I'm gonna move you to this map. I'm hoping you guys can see it. Let's see if it'll let me do this.
That's not Montana, is it?
I don't know
Looks
where it
like
is.
That looks around
Okay.
here. To be honest with you, it looks like Borrego.
There you
It's
go.
like an hour.
That actually worked.
Yeah, it got nighttime.
Yeah.
Yeah, that worked out good.
What are you doing?
There must be an eclipse.
filter
there
on it.
is a mode on lighting. It can either be day or night, and the one that was set there was day,
Nice.
and I just changed it to night. But I need to change something because that is annoying music.
I don't hear any music.
Your music may be turned down pretty low.
Oh,
I'm hoping
okay.
that's what it is.
Let's see.
Yeah, I don't hear anything either.
No,
Mhm,
my
you guys-
music.
Oh, there it
I
goes.
got it. I have it. Very loud too.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm gonna change it to something else because this is way too loud.
Would I have to do anything on my end to hear it?
You have
Yeah,
volume
that's the-
controls under the music symbol.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, they're up all the way. I have the interface up halfway, ambient playlist up all the way, and Forest Fidaya up about 80% or 63%.
Make
Yeah, I
sure
should
your
have-
computer volume's up.
I should have
Just
messed with
started.
this before. No.
Just started for me. And then
That was crazy. That almost made me go to sleep.
So when I turned down the stuff that I'm playing, does it turn it down for you guys, or do you have to manually do your own? I just turned it down.
I manually turned mine down.
So it didn't
I don't-
adjust your volume even after I did it?
I don't.
Try it.
All I hear is crickets right now.
Yeah, that's kind of the way it's supposed to sound. It's just like outdoors crickets. The other one was music that I should have probably changed. I just wanted to see if that was working.
If you want to experiment with it, do it. Just go ahead and turn it down. See, turn it down all the way
I
and see if
did.
it stops.
Okay.
Yep, it stopped.
Stop. I don't hear it now.
Okay. So I generally keep the volume at like 10%, so it's below. You just barely hear it. I mean, if you guys want to crank it up on your end, you can. But it's just and the recordings clip all this out, so nobody's going to hear it outside of us. Makes the transition from that to YouTube a lot easier. So. So this is the view you guys can see. It's very dark. You can see some fireflies every now and then. Way off to the east, probably a day or two away, you can see the mountains off, although they look a little closer here. They're actually about a day or two away. But you guys make your way through the hills. You kind of are following the same path that you did when you guys went to the bandit camp that was out here. And you're going down the same path, and you get about to where you suspected that the encounter between the coven and the cultists took place, and you can see up ahead there's like some lumps. You can't really tell because it's dark, but you can see some things in the middle of the path that kind of look like there's like cloth kind of flapping around in the breeze, and you can see like 3 of them up there, but you don't see anything else.
Bodies. Maybe skirmish line.
So, shall we move up stealthily, or do we want to send
Yeah.
a recon?
Same. I think it's probably a good chance whatever happened there is gone. And
That's
maybe
what I think too. Let's just
possibly
move up carefully.
skirmish line up. Don't send anyone alone.
We could
Mhm.
find
Yeah.
traps up if you think it's necessary, but I would rather wait. I don't know. Maybe could be a trap up there.
Always a possibility.
I just tell you what, some of us are not going to be very stealthy.
Yeah,
Got
and
some-
if you remember
Alright.
correctly, Jason did get a ring of invisibility from your last adventure. So-
Oh,
Ooh, there we go, recon.
all right. So he'll slip that on and sneak up there and kind of see what's what.
So he's got the ring and elven boots as well. So let's see. Hopefully, that didn't look right. Hold on. Let's see if I did this right. Oh, that's not the one. Oh, perfect.
New map.
Now this one I did set up with all the sound and shit. I'm gonna put tokens on the map. Give me a second. And the shadows that you're seeing. Actually, how far is that? Let's see.
I'm still at 99.
Yeah, I'm still waiting for it to load. Oh, it just popped up.
Okay.
Okay,
There we
now
go.
the sound is working for me. That was weird. Oh man, that's really nice.
So you guys would need to be a little bit closer. So I'm gonna put you a little bit closer because that you'd have to be closer to see just even the edge. And the person that actually sees this is a little bit closer. Oops. So about there, your Sir Finfall. Let me make sure his token is working right because this is something. Oh yeah. So you guys, even the half elves, are kind of aware that Sir Finfall can even see better in the dark than you guys. He can see further and better.
It's that fancy sword.
Yep. Thank you, Heimdall.
So just at the edge of his vision is where he can see. He can't tell what it is. He just sees beyond that. Is the shadowy little lumps in the ground
And where is that? There?
up north of that. Yeah.
Okay, I can't see that personally up beyond.
No, you that's what I said. It's just at the edge of your. That's why if I moved, if you moved further, you could see it, but it was at the edge of your vision. So you want.
I can
did I not
move.
put Jason on the map?
I can explain to him.
Nero.
I can
What
move
I see.
Jason up and silently.
Actually, hold on. Nero can't see anything because he's human.
Yeah. I was gonna say I can't see anything.
What? Oh, you're human?
Yeah,
Yeah,
human.
yes.
Yeah. I
have
got
no-
something that will help you later, but it just
Oh.
won't help you right now while we're trying to sneak up.
Yeah, yeah. Is it pitch black, Mike, or would I be able to?
Yeah,
like...
there's no moon. There's no
Oh,
moon
okay.
tonight.
That's why.
That's
Yeah.
kind of one of the things that you guys are realizing. Like, oh, maybe that's why the witches were out. There's no moon.
Yeah.
Well, I love the firefly effects over the bushes over
I'll
there.
do what I can, man. I'll do what I can.
I want to see some
Well,
fireflies.
I am very impressed.
You
So
know, the
sorry.
little mouse movement things? That's my fireflies right now. Little mouse movement dots.
Yeah.
See everybody's little name fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So, are you going to send Jason ahead?
Yeah, I'll go.
Okay.
Is it
So,
Boots of Elvenkind
we-
sneak?
yes, but you don't worry about that. I want to explain how to do the Ring of Invisibility. That's the one that matters. So under your combat tab, it should be Ring of Invisibility. You click that in the action. It should pop up a little thing. Target yourself, which would be Jason, and then hit the effect button, and it should put an effect on there. Boop! There you go. So when that happens, he disappears to everybody except
Sir Finfall.
Sir Finfall. You can still see him.
That's you got the sword of the tree spider. That's what you got.
Oh, that is so freaking cool.
He's got the
I can
sword of
see invisible
Sauron.
people.
He's got the sight of Heimdall. You know, Heimdall can see. Heimdall can
Yes.
see grass growing. That's how well he sees. So
All right, so I'm thinking in my mind, my God is so kick-ass.
all right. So now you can move Jason if you want. Don't worry about the silent check. I will bring out my local dice here, and I will make the rolls on my own. You won't have to tell me because I hit with the elfin boots. He has like a 99% chance where he's at. So don't worry about it. He feels pretty confident he can move up there quietly.
So if your god is so kick ass, then why do we have to travel back? Why can't you just open the Bifrost gate?
That's next.
Yeah, he might get that next level. Okay, I see the first body. Two
You
bodies.
are using infravision, so you're basically just seeing heat sources. But you can see there is blood around them. They look like they were attacked by something not like with weapons.
I'm gonna wave everybody else up to here.
Nobody can see you except
Well, we can
for,
see you.
But Sir Finfall, only Sir Finfall. You can see him waving. Actually,
Okay.
yes. Wait,
Yeah.
no, you can't. No, you can't because while you can see him invisible, after he went a certain distance, he just kind of
I lost
vanished.
him. Yep, he disappeared.
Yeah. No. So there's a certain distance on that, which is not the same as your normal vision. Keep moving in a little closer. I've got his token target. I want to see when he shows up. Not you. Go back to where you were, Wade.
So he's waving, "Come on, you guys!" And we're like going,
We're not
"Dum,
seeing
dum,
him.
dum, dum, dum."
All right. So just move one square at a time until I say see you.
You want me to move?
No, him. Okay, there.
There
He
we
can
go.
see
I
you
saw him.
there.
I saw him there.
So it's basically he's got that. That's his range of being able to see invisible things.
10 feet.
Cool.
So you figured that out because you waved and nobody followed you, and you're looking at them and they're like, "What the fuck?" And then you move forward, and then eventually Sir Finbar goes, "Oh, there he is. You're back."
Is the ring of invisibility like a one use per day thing, or
No, it's just you use it whenever you feel like it.
okay?
Can you leave it on and just turn it to activate it? Or
Pretty
do
much.
you have to actually put it on? Oh, wow, cool.
How do
Alright,
I
so
remove
he-
the effect? I want, or well, I'll just wave Sir Finfall up, I guess.
So to remove an effect, go to the Details tab, and you can see the Ring of Invisibility temporary effect. You would click the little trash can and then say yes if you wanted to do that. And then to put it back on, you just do what we did earlier.
There's a toggle button,
That too works.
but it disappeared
Nice.
when I toggled it.
It should have moved it down below to the inactive.
Oh yeah,
effects.
that's what it did. Yep, that's what it did. Oh, that's pretty
And-
cool.
Yeah. So you can just toggle it on and off.
Okay, I'll wave everybody up. Let's move up a little bit.
All right, let's go.
So somebody's going to have to kind of help Nero a little bit. I mean, he can see well enough to just kind of follow somebody very closely, but when you guys get about 15 feet out, it just kind of gets, he can't really tell where you're at. So as long as he stays close, you guys should be good.
I just
All right, come
stubbed
on,
my
Nero.
toe. Oh yeah, I just stubbed my toe like crazy. I'm mumbling under my breath.
Just hang with me.
Yeah, I can see. I'll follow him up. Do you need me to move my token at all? Or,
No,
or
I mean you
Yep.
can if you want. Otherwise, I tend to
Well-
drag people around whenever it's a whole group.
Yeah, no,
moving,
well, I
but-
can't see the other tokens, so like,
Oh,
yeah,
oh, oh.
I can't see anything. Yeah.
Gotcha. I'll move you. I'll move you and John, since he's been placed.
Thank you.
So you see the same thing, Sir Finfall. In fact, whenever you move up, you get a smell of something sulfurous. Sulfur. It's like a sulfur scent.
Not good.
Or, that kind of stinky sulfur smell.
Evil.
And the
According to
bodies
the-
are pretty much mutilated.
According to the Book of the Winchesters, sulfur means ghosts.
Can we tell what they are? Are they cultists?
Well, they're
Are they human?
They are human. I mean, you can tell enough that they're human. They're wearing the same kind of clothing that the other cultists that you guys fought. In fact, they are all bald like the cultists you guys.
They've got stuff to loot. How do I loot this guy? Do I just drag this stuff over to my character
Mhm.
sheet?
You should be able to drag it onto your character sheet or to your token if I didn't break anything.
All right, I'm going to skip the copper.
Is there seriously 1,000 copper?
Apparently. Who has 1,000 copper? It's 131. I don't know who you're looking at. Which one? Yeah, I don't
The
think
top,
any of them
the
have
top
1,000.
RIP one.
No, that one doesn't have 1,000 copper. It's only 131.
All right, but we're not hearing anything around here right now.
You're hearing the fireflies buzzing around, maybe some night frogs. You see blood around all the bodies. You can see some blood kind of splattered around. There's even some blood off to the left of where Jason is.
Nasty little battle here.
I don't know. Like, keep going? I don't know what else to do.
Yeah, so this is where the battle happened. I think we do need to keep going. Any kind of tracks or anything that indicates where are they? So are these cultists or witches? Can we tell?
They look like the cultists. They look like the people that you fought when you were fighting the cult in Nefertum.
Okay.
On the where the bones were.
Any indication where the? Go ahead.
You were asking about tracks, so give me a since none of you have tracking, I'm guessing, but Sir Finfall, you do have hunting and survival, yes?
Yes, I do.
So give me a wisdom check -4. Normally it would be -8 because only rangers track with no modifiers apparently.
Public?
Sure. You find nothing. You just
Really?
see
On a
blood
roll of
splattered everywhere.
17? I failed on a 17?
You failed by 7, sir. You won a 1
Oh,
when you're doing
okay.
skill
All right.
checks. Not
All right,
high,
I'm-
you went low.
Lower is better.
Yep.
So I just gave him a couple fries.
Okay, I'm gonna say a little prayer over each one of them because they are.
Say a little
Evil
prayer.
cultist is the word
Yeah.
you're looking for?
They are evil cultists.
Well, I'm gonna say a little prayer because I don't want them to come back as something else.
That's fair.
You know, I need a mod. I've got this mod that does that for writing, but I don't have a mod for follow. It would be great so I could just attach him to Finfall and there, auto follow. All right, so you do a brief blessing. As you're doing that, give me a religion check, don't you? All right, so while you're doing the blessing to each body, the last one you come to, you notice that there is some sort of black hook sharp thing in it, and you reach down, you pull out, and you look at it, and it is something from a creature that doesn't exist on this plane of existence. You are pretty sure that that is a claw of something from the abyss.
Demons.
Okay, so I will bring it to Sir Finfall's, bring it to him and show him, and tell him that I believe this is from the what I think is from the abyss, and I'm going to store it.
Right. And what was it that you found? I'm sorry because I went into a coughing fit.
Okay, so I found this in the last cultist. I think it is a claw of some kind from a creature from the abyss.
Okay. So all right. Okay. Just hold on to it. So basically, it's a religious artifact, is what it is.
And so I'm going to hold on to it. I don't know how to put that into my inventory.
You can either make a note, or if you want to have the actual item, just click the green plus on the up near your where it says equipment. There's a green plus next to it. You can just hit that. It'll make a new item and just change the name of it to Black Claw. And then if you want to put something in the description, you can hit the little pencil in there and type in whatever you want on the item, and then close it when you're done and put it wherever you want to. You don't have to give it weight or anything.
So it could be a religious artifact, or it could have actually
No,
come up of a
it
demon.
is a claw. It is a claw from a creature.
So it's a summoned method or something, or whatever the heck they
Well,
are.
it got there somehow. Yeah.
Yeah. If anything, if we can't figure out what it is, we can carry it back to the temple and ask the priest.
I suspect we're going to find the owner.
Yeah, I get that feeling too. And we can ask him.
Like Cinderella, does this fit?
I'm sure he'll be happy to have his hand back.
So I would like for
Well-
all of you to give me a percentile roll. Now to do that, I've got a little mod that makes it a little easier, so you don't have to type /roll or whatever. Down there at the bottom, there are at the bottom of the chat box. There's like 2 10-sided there. If you click that, and I want you to do a blind GM roll, change the public roll to blind GM roll, and then click the roll button. Give me another one, Jolman, for Jason. Or Jolman. Alright, so Nero actually, and both Nero and Sir Finfall, and maybe it's because Nero can't see very well. He's kind of basically just holding on to the backpack of Sir Finfall, and he hears something, a raspy sort of breathing off to the northwest, and he kind of he touches, Sir Finfall, and Sir Finfall hears it. He kind of is like, he starts listening over there. So you guys both hear some raspy sort of breathing off to the northwest somewhere.
Distance,
You don't know. It's faint, very faint.
faint breathing. Okay.
It's beyond your sight because you can't see.
Yeah.
very well.
But anything that we could be able to hear raspy breathing from at a distance like that can't be good. Okay.
Shall we investigate?
Oh, of course, absolutely.
I agree.
Oh, absolutely.
All right. I don't want to turn on any lights yet until we get into combat. And that would only be to help Nero. But I'm going to start moving off into that area.
Okay.
I'll draw my weapon, my sword, and be ready.
Okay, so you're going to draw your weapon?
Yeah, why not?
Boom. He can now see. 'cause
Now I
your
can
light
see.
source.
I was just
Well, no,
gonna.
I thought-
I knew that's
Because
why
you-
you were asking it, dude.
Yeah, but I thought that light from my weapon only came if I decided to
hate
turn
that.
it on.
I hate that. No, it lights up when you pull it out.
Oh, okay. That's what I was gonna try not to turn that on, but okay, all right. If I draw it, and
You
the
can
light
sheath
comes
it
on
back. You can sheath it. Boop. You sheathed it. You sheathed
Oh,
it.
I get it. Okay, so the settings that I have in there are if sheathed and unsheathed. Okay.
Yeah.
No.
So like if you equip it, it should automatically come up. Now I don't. I'm gonna change the it's for whatever reason your token is not facing the right way. Or maybe
It's
it
up
is.
and down
Maybe
for
we're
me.
just- Yeah, no, I mean the sword. Like when I turn on the sword, let me show you. You see how it's only facing one direction. See how
Oh,
that?
I see. So it's facing down. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
it's
get
not
that.
facing one
Yeah.
direction. I'm gonna just set it to 360. I think I did that just to see if it would be neat, but
It's like trying to do
That's
the front 180-degree arc.
yeah,
That's
that was back when we were using top-down tokens.
It's interesting.
All right.
Okay.
So
Now it's
I
back
understand a
to-
little bit more about the light. Okay, I get that. And I can control that. If I decide to unsheath it, I'll go ahead and turn the light on.
Okay.
So, all right, but in
So
this case, okay, go
as
ahead.
as you move in this direction, you kind of see that that blood trail is kind of also going off in that direction.
Oh, we've got someone still alive. Okay, so,
It's the owner of the hand, dude.
It could
well,
be.
or it could be a cultist that just got wounded.
Yeah,
Let's
that could be too.
we can get some information. Okay, let's go ahead that way.
Raspy breathing though. Oh, can I ask
It's
one
a
question?
it's a gurgler.
Yeah. Did the raspy breathing sound human? That should have been my first question. Or did it sound like a large creature?
It's very faint because it wasn't next to you.
Yeah.
And it was, if it was loud enough, everybody would have heard it. And so it's not, it's just, you caught the breathing and you just heard like a raspy sort of like something was, trying to breathe, and it wasn't very easy for them. It wasn't like a growl or anything. It was just a raspy, like somebody that had COPD.
Like the predator.
Yeah.
That didn't sound like that.
I'm guessing that it's an abyssal creature.
Alrighty, Sir Fenthal. What are you doing?
All right, I'm going to move up a little bit closer to see if we can see. Do you want me to move myself?
I like how Jason's went invisible. Yes, you can. Because that would be exactly what Jason would do.
Yeah, I mean that's a
Invisible.
smart move, right?
Yeah.
I'm colliding with a wall somewhere.
I don't know why you would be. What are you trying to do?
Move
You sure
west
you
to
just-
northwest.
Just move. Use the arrow keys and move somewhere and see what it does. There's no walls there. Oh, maybe it's the. Hold on. It may be terrain. That's what's causing. Oh, stop that. Maybe I didn't set these right.
All I saw was an error message that popped up. We know error messages never lie.
What did it say?
Absolutely not.
And it said I ran into a wall.
Oh, okay. All right. Now give it a go.
Now I've got double vision. I'm seeing two of myself. I don't know if it's kind of. I might have to refresh.
Yeah, do reload. I can move you back and forth.
Yeah, it works when you do it, Mike.
Yeah, and it doesn't look like Gunther's having a problem.
Yeah, I moved right through it.
Oh, that shut down all my pop outs. So now I'm gonna have to.
Oh,
Okay.
there you go. Yeah. Looks like. So the reason it was blocking you is I made some terrain, like those bush. You just kind of trudged through some bushes, and you couldn't see into them until you moved into them. For whatever reason, the default for terrain is it blocks movement too.
Okay.
That seems like it makes sense though.
Okay. So I think I see him up to the northwest a little bit. I see a person there.
You see a body laying on the ground behind that rock.
That's him.
That is a body laying on the ground behind the rock. Yes.
Okay. I want to go ahead and approach. Can I tell from there who he is or what he is?
It has the same clothing that the guys in the path have, and he also looks like he is. You're assuming it's a he, but they look pretty much the same as the other ones. His flesh has been just like blade and deep cuts and all across his body.
Okay. Any weapons visible?
You don't see any.
Okay, I'm going to approach.
They are unconscious.
Oh, they
you
are.
Look close. Yeah, you look closer, and you can see like his mouth. Where normally your mouth would stop. It's just like split all the way back to his jawbone. It's like one of his legs is just wildly bent out of like from the knee. It's just like at a 90-degree angle. Whoever it is, they are in serious, mortal wounds.
All right, so basically, we're not going to get anything out of this guy.
Crawled off. I mean, he's still conscious though.
It's still breathing or trying to breathe.
Okay. Try to question him. Maybe we can stabilize.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering. If we could we could try to stabilize him. But I don't want to waste any cure wound spells on this guy because he's a cultist.
I have healing.
No, I don't want to. Oh, you mean like a non-magical healing?
Yes.
Not one proficiency.
Yeah, I just don't think. I mean, this guy's probably far too gone. You can try to stabilize him with that healing, and then see if we can talk to him. But
Well, more than likely, it'll only give him 1d3 points. That's it.
okay, give it a try, and let's see if he'll talk to us.
Alrighty. So as soon as you touch him, Gunther, you have a vision. It just kind of shocks you, and you see the three people standing in front of you. You're kind of off in the back, and you see them, looking down the path you guys came down. They all seem to be preparing for something, and then this black shadowy form comes in, hits the guy in the front, and you just see a flurry of blood, and the guy falls down. Same thing happens to the second one, and then when it hits the third one, you turn, and then you feel like this scratch across your back and a slash across your face, and a strong hit on your legs, and you collapse, and then you come back to yourself, and you see the guy lying before you.
Wow, so you saw what happened to him?
So does he die after I see all that?
No.
Okay, so I will relate to Sir Finfall. So there were 3 creatures that came out and attacked them. 3 shadowy creatures.
They were very large, at least 6 or 7 or 8 feet tall, and they had like a long arms with 4 claws on the end of each of them that you remember.
Okay,
Did those
they're
claws
about-
look like that one that you found?
Yes.
Is that witchcraft or is that something else?
Well, witches are known to dabble in demons and devil summonings.
From what I understand, this came from the abyss.
Okay. Do we think there's anything we can get from this cultist?
I can attempt to do a healing if you think it's worth it.
Well, we know what he knows. So maybe not.
Otherwise, I can just give him last rites.
If you want to make the skill check for healing, go ahead and do that, and you can do it out in the open. Do you know how to do a skill check, or do you remember, Brent Dawn? There you go. So you kind of straighten his leg. He groans, but he doesn't wake. And then you kind of bind up his wounds and stop the bleeding. You staunch it, and it seems to help a little bit. And the eyes kind of flutter and then open, and he begins to speak. He says, "By the bones, they killed us. But I heard what they're doing. After they were laughing over our bodies, they are seeking her mother, seeking where she was raised," I guess is what he's saying. And he mentions the name Igwilv, and then he just dies. His eyes close, and you can see the light go out of him.
Well, Igwil, if that is not a witch's name, I don't know what is.
Yeah, you gather that the coven is seeking a either previous home or location where Igwilv was known to live. That and Igwilv is, you gather, Morgana's mother, and for whatever reason they're looking for, where something that is where her mother used to be.
And this guy just expired.
Yep.
Yeah, so we have no idea where they went.
Nope. You didn't see any tracks. For all you know, they could have been flying on broomsticks.
That's a little stereotyping.
Yeah, that was uncalled for, Mike.
Well, I could tell you the way the movie The Warlock did. Did you guys ever watch that movie?
Warlock? Yeah, of course.
Did you know how he flew?
It's been a while since I've seen 1 or 2. No, I don't remember.
So the way he did is he took babies and murdered them, and then took the fat from the babies and rubbed it all over him, and he was able to fly. So pick your poison, and they either kill babies or ride broomsticks.
Let's go with
Yeah, that's-
broomstick.
Let's
Or slink,
yeah,
or slink into the shadows.
yeah. Hey, let's go with broomsticks on that one.
Okay.
What-
I didn't even
All
know
right.
there was a warlock too. I'll have to go back and look that up.
Shame
So
that he
all
just
we
passed
have,
away.
do we know? So we have no idea which direction they went, except maybe north.
No.
I mean, and I'm
You have
guessing.
no clue. Yeah, you have no. There's no. You couldn't see tracks. All you saw was just like the disturbed ground around all the bodies. You don't know who you have. You personally have not heard who Igwilv is. Does anybody have ancient history?
Yes, I do.
All right, give me a blind GM roll for a skill check on that.
Oh, please
So
roll.
when you get the pop up, it should have the option to set where the chat's going, so you can set it there when the situation pop up pops up.
Okay, so I click on the skill, it goes to
Button?
chat,
Yep.
and then click on the skill button from there and set it. But before doing that, set to blind GM roll.
Yeah. In the pop up. If you have it set to blind GM roll in your chat box down there in the bottom right,
Yeah.
it'll default. That's your default.
Okay, that's good. Yeah, I like the tower default. Okay.
You have no idea who she is.
But I can remember from whence they came. Correct.
When you say that, what specifically are you asking?
The vision that I got from the cultist.
Well, you know the cultists were facing south. You don't know the direction that the shadowy, tall forms with the big claws came from. They just kind of appeared, shredded them apart, and disappeared into darkness. Keep in mind, this guy's a human. So when you saw what he saw.
Finfall, does your fancy sword give you some sort of sight that might help?
Not that kind of sight. I mean, I can kind of do an out of body experience into an
Clairaudience,
unseen area.
I think it's clairvoyance.
Yeah.
Lets you move into an area as just
Yeah.
a non-corporeal thing.
It's kind of like
Yeah,
Wizard's
that's
Eye,
better.
I think.
Yeah, that's exactly how it works.
So it won't show me what happened in the past.
No.
No, and the reason that Gunther saw it is because he is a prophet priest, so that's why he saw it.
So Gunther, prophesy.
He did. He had a vision. He told you what it was.
Well, if they were facing south when the attack came, that would mean that what they saw that triggered them came from the north. We're coming north. Well, and plus we just came from the south, didn't we?
Yes, you did. You were heading north.
All right.
And just a reminder, they're all human, so they can't see in the dark.
If I was to hazard a guess, I'd say north.
You guys are awfully close to town. You could go back to town and talk to them, or you can travel north, or you can, if you have some kind of spells that allow you to discern where you want to go, you can do that too.
Anybody got anything?
Any creatures around? Any owls flying around or anything like that?
It is actually pretty empty of animals. It's like they were scared off. Whatever.
What
was
about the
scared.
lightning bugs that are floating all around?
I can't talk to
No,
those.
They're
Oh,
not mammals.
I could change into an owl and try to scout around.
That would be neat.
I could fly north a little bit and see if I see anything. How
I
long?
can
How long
sense
ago?
there's one.
How long
Sorry.
ago did they die? Do we have a guess on that?
Just like
Probably about
2 minutes.
He died about 2 minutes ago, yes. But the ones before him, Gunther will tell you. I mean, if Gunther wants to tell you, do you want to tell him how long ago they died?
Yeah.
Okay, so the bodies on the path 4 to 5 hours ago.
Okay. Yeah, they're getting a little
Right.
interesting. Okay.
I could see if there's I could do weather sense and see if there's a change in the weather somewhere. I don't know if they use that to bring about a force or something.
I have direction sense, but I seriously doubt that's gonna do me any good, being a human in the pitch dark.
Pitch black.
Yeah.
You know, cloudy, pitch black night. Yeah,
Yeah.
it wouldn't do much good. It'd be like -8.
Yeah, the best I can do is change into a bird.
Can
and
somebody
scout
turn on a
around.
light?
Best I can do is change into a drunk.
There you go.
no,
You can change into a drunk and problem solved. I'd like to. Oh yes, now I can. That's so. Oh, fireflies. Nero's just very happy that he can actually see now.
yeah, just
Amongst
know,
the
just
demi-humans. Yeah.
just know that. I mean, now everybody else can see us too. If there's
Yeah,
anybody
because
around.
are you using the stone?
Yeah, the light stone.
Okay, yeah, it's like a piece of the sun. Yeah, it's pretty bright.
Is it like a
that doesn't.
Yeah.
It's a continual light on the stone that he uses. But you guys don't see anything around. There are no tracks. There's no, in fact, no small animals or anything like that in the immediate area, even with the light.
Okay, Sir Finfall, we have a choice. We can either continue on, or we could go back to town, and I can see if I can find some information about this Igwil person. See if I can do some research.
That would be the logical thing because I mean, we'd be going blind. We'd be going blind if we don't.
Which direction is the swamp?
That would be back to town up
Opposite
the river north. Yeah,
Then-
back to town up the river north.
Then absolutely the town. I would say hit the town, discover, and then swamp.
Works for me.
I think.
Yeah,
we've
sounds like we're
depleted-
going back to town.
Yeah.
And I can actually do some research on this claw since I actually have it.
Yep. We've depleted resources. We don't have a. Do we have a ranger? Do we have a tracker in the party?
Not really.
Okay.
So you guys want to make your way back to town?
Sounds that way. Yes.
Yeah, we could talk to Alaric.
Okay. It takes another 3 hours, so you guys have been out for probably 7. You spend about an hour just kind of examining the area, looking for things first, and then make your way back to town. You
Before we
guys-
go, I'd like to do a blessing on that last cultist.
Absolutely, yeah. Yep, you did.
Other nice guy.
I'm gonna take you back to the town. There's still people up late. It's early morning for some people. But you guys come back to town. It is, you guys are kind of tired. I mean, it is, even though you guys have rested and, for several days, it is, your sleep schedule is not to be up, like at, 3 and 4 in the morning. So it's kind of late since you've been up, almost 24 hours. So what do you want to do?
I say take a rest, and then I'm going to pour over some tomes.
Okay. Is that what everybody else wants to do?
Yeah.
We should probably seek
Take a
out
rest?
Alaric after we take a rest. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. We went out
So-
late at night, got some information, came back. We'll hit some rest and start bright and early.
Did anybody cast any spells? I don't think you did.
No.
I'm switching a spell though.
No,
Okay. Yeah. So assume that you take a long rest. I don't want to do that mechanically because I don't want to take your supplies to do so because you're back at the inn and all that. So we'll just assume you did since you didn't cast. You guys sleep through. You get you take a short rest. I say short rest. Forget the whole 5e version of short rest. You take a, not your normal long sleeping all day sort of thing when you're not adventuring day, is what I mean when I say short rest. You guys wake up in the morning. You get up, you come down for breakfast. You eat your breakfast and decide what you want to do for the day. What are you going to do? I mean, I know what Gunther's doing. He is going to be researching the claw. What are the rest of you doing?
So we can go talk to Alaric about what we've found.
Yep, you can go to the Druid Grove. Yes.
I'll go.
What are the rest? Okay.
Yeah.
So Sir Finfall, Gentleman, Nero, and I assume Jason. Are you going to stay at the tavern and rest and read your books, Gunther?
Yeah, so unless I got to go to the temple or wherever to find the tomes.
It would probably be better. They would have more material to reference at the temple.
Then
So
that's what I'm
we'll-
going to do.
Okay. We'll deal with them, Sir Finfall's group, before we come back to you. So, Sir Finfall and Jolwyn, you guys head off with everybody that's following you to the northern edge of town where you guys found the grove. And you can see that Alaric is there in the morning. He is setting out some mistletoe in the middle of the grove with some flowers and various other things to welcome the morning. And he kind of looks surprised to see you, and he says, "What happened?"
So we explained to him what we saw and asked him what he can tell us of Morgana's home and Igwell.
So, by the way, I put the name spelling in chat. This is a name that's specific to Greyhawk, so I wanted to make sure. I'm pretty sure I got that right. Let me make sure.
Thank you.
It is a weird ass spelling. I would never have got it right. Let me check. Yep. Iggwilv. Yep, that's right. He says, "Well, I don't know where Morgana grew up, but Igwilv is the mother of one of the greatest evils. She is the mother of Eus. She is said to have consorted with demons, and her son, Eus, is a Cambion.
Oh my
I did not
god.
know that she had daughters, if that is true. But if true, who knows who the father was? But she is rumored to have, centuries ago, a complex within the mountains where she performed her demonic summonings and bindings. I do not know where they are, but I know they're in the mountains. It's basically what he says as far as that goes. He does say that Igwilv was known to have many relics, artifacts, and one second. I want to make sure I got this right. He says, "I know of some prophecy that connects the Heartstone to something that she had. Give me a few days, and I'll
We
see
really
if I
don't
can
have
find."
A few days given.
Yeah, we don't have any choice. We don't know the mountain range. We don't know. Yeah, we need to.
We have no idea
no-
where we're going.
Exactly.
Mountains are huge.
We're near the Lort Mills, so I mean, yeah.
Where's Minsk when you need him?
Yep.
What does Minx do? I don't
He's
know.
a ranger.
Ranger
Okay.
tracker.
Oh. See, now when I played BG1 and 2, I never played it with the NPCs. I always played it in multiplayer and made up all of my characters because I didn't like having characters given
Yeah.
to me.
I
He had
did
Boo.
I did the same thing after I had beaten it, but I loved the NPCs in it because they so much funny things was programmed in. But I did the same thing when I played it again.
Go for the
multiplayer-
eyes, Boo! Go for the eyes!
Yeah, there was a lot of
Yeah.
really funny NPCs in that. Really good writing.
I won't spoil it, but play BG3.
Yeah, I bought it the other night on your word. I trust you.
Yeah, it is. It is. I mean, it is 5e, but the content and the quests and the world is amazing. It is just gobsmacking amazing how many different. I mean, I don't know. Maybe it's just because games have sucked really a lot lately, but it floors me. I mean, I played that. I went through the whole thing. It was like, I want to say 80 hours, maybe 100 to get through it. And then I started over, and it's like a completely different game because there's so much stuff that I didn't do the first time and it changes a lot of things. It's amazing. It's just really cool.
And it's
I'll stop talking about games.
they really took a long time with it, and that's the way games should be built.
Mike,
So,
you even
he-
noticed
he-
stuff last night that was different.
Yeah, Yeah. I mean, we started playing with Wade, just kind of a newbie thing, starting all over, playing multiplayer, and it was
Might
just
hop in on that game with you guys.
yeah. We got four. Wade has 4 slots. I've got one of them. He's playing, and the thing is I didn't know the game would let you start off as one of the NPCs, and he did. He did. I don't know. I can't imagine starting a game as an NPC, but that's what Wade did.
Divinity Original Sin was like that too.
Yeah. I thought you couldn't. I mean, because I remember when I was playing my solo game, it didn't let me pick those guys. Maybe it's just a Mac thing. They just know Mac people are a little weird, so they let them do it.
I think the word you're looking for is Mac people are better. So let's let them do more.
By doing less. Got it. Okay. Okay. I'll stop talking. Did you think it's a great game? Play it if you can. So he says, if you can give me a couple of days, I'll dig around and see what I can find out. The name is familiar, but he also Igwilf had some things that had some connection to the Hearthstone, and he needs to kind of research specifically what that was.
All right. While we're waiting a couple of days to go to the temple and pray, and also talk to the priests about the same thing, see if they know anything.
Okay, so we're gonna go back to Gunther. So Gunther, you are going to the temple to borrow the books and scrolls to kind of research. What specifically were you looking for?
I am looking for what this claw could have come from, and I'm also looking for the Igwilf, however you say it,
Okay.
research on that.
So, do you have ancient history of any type?
I do not.
Okay. Give me a blind GM roll on religion. So you learn that the claw that you found is one from one of the more minor creatures of demonic descent. You're not sure exactly what the name of it is, but you know that it's not one of the more powerful ones. But it seems that it was strong enough to shred those guys to pieces, and is definitely a demon, not a devil. Is there anything else that you wanted to do?
If I can do research on Igwilf.
That is mostly a non-religious thing. It's not something that you would be able to find information at the temple. I mean, you would, you can try to look, and we'll say you did, but you didn't find anything useful.
Okay, that was pretty much it.
All right, so I guess you guys are going to meet back at the tavern and discuss, during lunch what you discovered, and decide how you're going to proceed. So, if Gunther wants to tell you what he found, then Sir Finfall can say what he found.
Okay, so I did some research on the Black Claw. It is actually a minor demon, but it is a demon. So, but it made short work of the cultists. So that is something that we have to look forward to. As far as Igwolf went, I could not find any information.
Was I able to get anything out of the priest at the temple?
No. Anything more than you wouldn't get anything more than Gunther told you.
Okay, so then we got to
try the
depend on
wizard.
Alaric.
Maybe the wizard knows something.
Yeah, that's true.
Or maybe we don't want to tell the wizard.
Well, we've never talked to the wizard.
Well, yeah.
Thorn Thunderstrike? We've always talked to the apprentice.
Yep. You have always talked to her. Neum.
You said Neum?
I pasted it in chat.
I'm curious to find out, go talk to the brothers to see if this claw could actually be made into a dagger.
Might as well. It's going to take Alaric a couple days.
Let's see.
It could be.
Who would want to go to visit the dwarves?
Make
I
for
didn't hear
some
you
weapons.
guys. You guys were talking over each other. I didn't hear what was the question.
I said it could be used as a weapon toward whatever we're about to face.
So you're going to go visit Alan and Alden?
Yes.
Okay. So you bring it to them and you present it and say, "Hey, can you make something with this?" And they kind of like both are just kind of crinkle their nose at it, like, "Oh, no, that's not strong enough to make a weapon out of." But if you're gonna fight that sort of thing, you're gonna need silver or cold iron or some kind of magical weapons to hit whatever it is. That is definitely not a creature of this world.
Okay, well, I'd like to take my other Warhammer and have it silvered then.
Okay. He says it'll cost 20 gold, and you'll need to come back in 3 days.
Sounds good.
But he
Good
says
idea.
that the Warhammer that you do have, though, is better than silver.
I know that, but somebody else might can use it.
Okay.
Good man.
So go ahead and minus the gold, and we'll worry about getting it back to you when we get to that point. Anybody else?
There's not much I can really do with I mean, my long sword's magic, but it's not silver. I couldn't have it. Did he say that he was having his weapon plated with silver?
His regular one, yeah, not his magic one.
Okay.
So what
That'd be quite
Alan and
pricey.
all of them were basically saying is, you either need a magic weapon or silvered or cold iron to hit these kind of
I
creatures.
see. Yeah.
That's what they were saying.
And he said it was like a minor demon, not one of the greater demons.
That's what Gunther said, yeah.
Gunther, yeah. Thank you.
Do they don't have any of those kinds of weapons for sale, do they?
No, they don't have magic weapons other than the one they made for Sir Finfall.
That's what I
They don't typically make those things. But they can silver a weapon if that's what you want. It won't last, very long, but they can.
I guess I'll have my scimitar silver.
It costs you 30 gold.
I don't want them
In
to touch
3
the
days.
spear that they made.
You don't want to touch what?
The spear that they made.
Oh, gotcha. That is the...
The dragonwood spear.
Yeah, let me look at that, because
It's not magic.
Right, that's what I was going to say, yeah. That wasn't magic.
But I don't want them to touch it. I don't want them to put silver on it either.
Okay. So you guys have basically 2 more days, because it's going to... You guys woke up this morning, so...
Yeah, I'll just wait.
We got to wait on
Do we
Alaric
wanna-
anyway.
Okay. If you guys want to just fast forward 3 days, 2 days, we can do so. Let me find my calendar. Let's see what this does. There we go. So time flashes past you. You get a montage of the day going by and eating and working, practicing your swordplay, reading your spell books, praying to your druidic deities, and making your prophecies to yourself. And the days pass. What do you do?
Do we hear from Alaric, or do we need to go find him?
Collect my scimitar.
Yep. You collect your silvered. Oh, I need to. Let me see. Where's your? I need to do that for you. Where is your weapon? There it is. See, under attributes. There's that, and then also I need to do Gunther's. Make sure to minus the
20 gold. Already did that.
30 for you, 20 for him.
I did. I just took it out of platinum.
All right. So both of those should have the property of silver. Hopefully that works as expected. But Alaric doesn't come find you. If you want to speak to him, you can certainly go out there.
Let's go out there. That makes me nervous.
Yes.
Makes you nervous.
Yeah.
So you guys make your way out to the grove. He's there, as he seems the previous morning that you guys were here, doing the same thing he was doing then. And he says, I think I have some information that may be of use. Her mother was a great wizard. She created and stole many artifacts during her lifetime. One of them was said to be the origin of the Heartstone. I don't know why that is, but the object associated with that is the lantern, or as it's known, the lanthorn. This is the actual name of it, but he calls it a lantern. Is that the Hearthstone itself was combined with it or used to hide it? I don't know, but the lantern itself is said to be able to reveal any secrets that you need to find. And as you guys have taken the Hearthstone, that may be what she is looking for to decipher book.
So we got to go get it before she does again.
Yeah, absolutely.
Any idea where it is?
He does say that he knows that Igwil's home was in the mountains to the east, and he's going to say, I'm going to give a name, and this may not be correct because I don't know the actual location. Greyhawk? Let me look at this. Maybe I can figure it out real quick. One second. It's a Greyhawk location. But we will say it's in the mountains to the east of the hills. You know, the kind of the ones, the mountains that you saw off in the distance from when you guys were looking at the scenic sort of view. It is said to be, she said to reside off one of the only paths through those mountains somewhere. They don't know even, you know, it is said that, you know, even the coven doesn't know and where, you know, where she was raised, because it was hidden from her whenever she was rejected by her mother. He doesn't know why she was rejected, other than she didn't have she wasn't the same as her sister. Her mother preferred her sister over her. So that's all he knows.
And who was Niam?
Niam was not related to any of this. She is the apprentice of the wizard in the wizard tower.
Oh, okay.
You guys have spoken to her before. He doesn't know the name of... Actually, he does know the name of her, quote, sister, and that would be... let me get the spelling 1 second. Oh, where is this? Let me see if I can find it. Nope. Give me a sec.
This is Morgana's sister?
Yes. 1 second. Digging through PDFs to get this to make sure I get it right. The name of her sister is Drelza. Why do they have such weird names? But that's the name.
Dryenza.
I don't know if that's dry. There's an L in there. That's not an I. It's
Drelsna.
Yeah. It's almost like the name of the chick in the EverQuest where you would get that robe, or the boots that gave you what were those boots, gentlemen? You know what these boots are.
Journeyman boots?
Yeah, journeyman boots. That name is really close to her name.
Who is Drelza?
That is the sister of Morgana. Daughter of Igwilv. Sister to Euse.
Yeah, just a lot of bad people, man.
Yeah, Euse is a very well-known, just chaotic, just the most evil ruler you can imagine in Greyhawk.
He's a demigod.
Yeah,
he's a demigod. He'll either appear as like an old man, or he'll appear as like a demon, and he's basically just an ancient evil. Well, actually, he's not that ancient, but he's a bad guy. There's a whole.
He's definitely older than the humans in this party for sure.
Absolutely, and he basically, there's an area in northern Greyhawk. I forget the name of it, but it's basically the equivalent of Mordor in Greyhawk, and he's the guy. The Badlands or something. I'll look it up later.
On the map, it's just labeled EUs.
That's right. It is. It's EUs. You're right. That's it. Yep. That's it.
That's how you spell his name right there. It's just the Horn Society, I think, is near it. That kind of stuff, but I think it's just his land is just known as EUs, I guess.
Yep. It's desolate. A lot of slave trading there, and city of slaves, and
a lot of orcs and half orcs and
There is towns and
trolls
stuff
and
there.
moles, yeah.
There's towns and even cities there, but it's just a very chaotic, violent, uncivilized place.
So that kind of gives you an idea of.
And you said these were daughters of him?
No, daughters of the mother of Eus.
So Eus is Morgana
Just-
and
so-
Delsa's brother.
It's Eus' sisters, then, correct?
Yep,
Yes.
correct. Whether they had the same father or not, nobody knows.
Right. Yeah.
In fact, it's not common knowledge that it would have had even a daughter at all. All they know of is Eus.
This is some serious artifact and some serious evil you guys are contesting with. So
Let's go.
it sounds like our quarry lies in the mountain range. I mean, we'll be going somewhat blind, but it's along probably some goat trail or old abandoned trail. It's the only trail apparently in that mountain range. So we take our mounts and we play it by ear as we go, and try to track our quarry up the mountain as best we can.
Yeah, and if there's only one trail up into the mountains to the east, I mean we just find that one trail and go.
Are there any
Exactly.
towns that way?
Exactly.
No, there are not any towns. It is just a mountain pass that almost nobody goes through. It is very treacherous.
It's no man's land.
There are rock slides and many creatures in the mountains that most normal folk don't want to be around. So
Let's go.
it's not
Yeah.
a pass that anybody goes through normally.
Yeah, that sounds like fun. I think we should go that direction.
And when
After
when he says pass, it doesn't mean it's a road. It means that there is a valley that goes through this place where there's mountains on either side, and you can kind of walk through it. So it's not like a well-traveled thing. So there's not going to be like, you need to go this direction sort of thing. You can
Of
see
course.
like there's kind of like trees are not growing there maybe, and you may come to a place where there's a mountain slide has happened and you can't go that way, or you can go across the mountain slide, but it's risky because the rocks slide all over the place. But that's kind of how he's explaining it.
I'm getting a L to go.
How long to
L
get
to
there?
go. Oh, L. God, I was thinking the letter L.
Yep.
What was that, Sir Finbo?
How long to get there?
It's a couple of days to the mountains. Beyond that, he doesn't know where. You're on your own. It's basically like he said when you guys went to the marshes. He says it's X days to the marsh. After that, I don't know how long it is to the icy peak. So he's basically telling you the same thing to the mountains. He's saying, it'll take you a day or two to get to the mountains. Beyond that, I don't know. I've never been that far.
All right. So let's figure out how many horses we need. We'll engage Patsy the same way we
Take
did
Patsy
before,
with you?
and we'll go. Yeah.
Yeah, just take a
Okay,
week's
okay.
worth of food and let's just go. We can hunt. I can change into a wolf or something and kill something.
You guys can pile up some extra food on your. You can get like pack animals, and if you wanted to take like a mule that you pull behind you that has food and things, you can do that too.
Hey, Sir Finfall,
Uh-huh.
you'll be happy to know that I now can create food and water.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, I can do that too if we get in a pinch. We should be fine.
How many horses
Just
do we
to
need?
use. I'd say we all take them out, but
For sure, yeah.
I think
I bought my
though,
own.
we might be. The problem with that is again, this is like a broken trail. This is probably not even close to being a transversable trail in some places. So it makes me wonder the
That's
angle
what
of
Patsy's for.
Yep, that's why we got Patsy.
what is that? Sorry, Patsy.
A henchman.
Patsy is
He's a
Patsy
henchman.
is this guy over here. This guy. Patsy is their he takes care of their horses. Like if they get to a point to where they need to
Got it.
can't they say, okay, we got to a point where our horses can't go. Patsy's gonna take the horses. He'll find a place to kind of camp, and he waits for them for a week. And if they don't show up, he goes back to town and says a prayer to all the dead bodies that you guys are.
Perfect. Perfect.
He's just a henchman. We've gone through a few.
Yeah, Patsy's the only one that's actually survived a adventure.
And he is well paid to do so.
Yeah.
And if anything goes wrong, he's our patsy.
Remember Hans and Franz?
Oh,
Oh, I
don't
love those
remind me of
guys.
Hans and Franz.
Oh man,
I
I forgot
miss
about
them.
Hans and Franz, man.
Yeah,
Forgot
they
about
didn't tell
that.
you about Hans and Franz. They they got killed. It was sad.
No, I just know the
Listen.
Saturday Night Live Hans and Franz.
And they were like
Well,
those guys.
We
We
are
had our
here to
own
pull
Viking
you
warriors.
up.
So
We had our
great.
own Viking warriors that went with us, and they fought for me. And
And then one died, and the other one
died
got
for
really
me.
mad.
He didn't get mad. He just he wanted to.
He
make
wanted
sure the
revenge,
Vikings could- yeah, that he did get mad about the getting killed part.
And then he died.
Yeah, and then he got killed, unfortunately.
All right, so I'm still showing one riding horse on my inventory. I'm not really sure.
You can
What
remove
horses
that.
we
That
lost?
was probably that was one of the ones that were killed, or it was the one you used to take the place of the one that you summoned. So you can remove him.
Yeah, because he's not the summoned one.
Yeah, you have your own horse. His name is this guy. The horse. I forget where we're at. You guys were talking about
Mountain
your plans.
range. Yeah, so we were gonna take our horses and we were gonna head to the mountain range, which is, I believe, you said about 2-day ride to the west. Was it northwest?
East through
I'm
the
sorry,
mountain.
East,
Through the hills.
northwest.
Yeah, East
Okay.
through the hills. East of the hills. Who doesn't have mounts that needs to purchase them?
I do. I need to purchase a mount.
So
I think we need
what,
to buy one for Patsy too.
Let's see. Yeah, Betsy doesn't have one, or he can ride with somebody. If that's
I
what
think
you
we need to buy
want.
Patsy a horse and a wagon.
Oh, that's actually kind of smart.
So we're
That
going
way
in
we can
heavy.
use the wagon. If anybody dies, we can bring them back.
Now that's kind of gruesome.
Hey,
Now,
I'm a
the
cleric. I got to
wagon-
look at both ends of the spectrum.
You do.
So the wagons aren't that expensive compared to the horse. The horse is like gonna be 25 gold, but the wagon itself is 5. But you can't use riding horses on a wagon. You have to have specifically trained horses, which are draft horses. Isn't that what they're called? I think draft horses are that. Yeah.
Wow, that's a lot more expensive. 200 gold
So
for a
draft horses are 200 gold, but the
We have a chest
wagon,
full of gold, don't we?
yeah,
we
the wagon is 5 gold. They basically throw in the wagon for the fucking draft horse. That is expensive.
So should I just drive or purchase a regular horse?
Riding horse, if that's what you want. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah, you should get a riding horse.
Yeah,
I
that's
do
fine.
agree with getting Patsy a draft horse and
That's
a wagon.
fine.
I like
good.
that idea.
Spend the money.
Yep.
You got tons of money.
So
Okay.
whoever's going to buy it, purchase it, and if you
I'll
want
go
to
ahead
give
and-
it,
yep.
If you
I'll
want to
get
give it to
the-
Patsy, initiate the trade with me, and we'll set that up. You will also, and this is for Nero. You're going to need to have bit, bridle, and saddle, and those kind of things, as well. Bit, bridle, saddle, and blankets.
Okay, and then when I just purchased it, where does it? Okay, I see. It's at the bottom, and that doesn't count against my encumbrance, right?
Right. You can make that not carried.
Yeah,
it's gonna be
it's
in
weird.
yours.
It's carried right now, and it's not. It hasn't changed my encumbrance at all. It's weird. Maybe it doesn't
didn't-
have it.
Add a. Yeah, it doesn't have a weight to it. Yeah.
So bit, bridle.
But if you
and-
do a bit, bridle, and saddle, it probably will add weight.
Okay, let me.
Unless that
that's
set
all-
goes to 0 also.
Okay, so just bit, bridle, and saddle.
And saddle blanket.
You can get saddlebags too.
Yeah, I see. I typed in saddle, and I'm just gonna. Okay, riding saddle, saddle blanket.
All right, Mike, I'm going to initiate a trade with you for Patsy.
Okay.
bags.
So
I
like
got-
the saddle and stuff all have weight, so you'll definitely want to make those. You want to trade with Patsy. Okay. Is there anything else that he is going to be carrying in the wagon you are going to want to trade those to him as well.
Well, we could buy some extra food and put it on there.
You absolutely could.
Is there a way to make the horse where I can like drop the saddlebags, bit and bridle, saddle blanket, can I like organize it inside of the horse, the riding horse, like as a container?
No, not yet.
Okay.
I want to figure out a mounting sort of mechanic within the rule set.
Yeah.
But right now, no.
Couldn't you can you add like a blank item and just have like type container and just name it like my mount
You
then
can make a container that is
Yeah.
an item or an item container
just a
and do
dummy
that.
item.
I mean,
yeah.
you can. Or you know,
Dude.
for now, I just tell everybody to set it as not carried, and eventually, I will have some way to deal with that properly.
I'll do it this way and I'll show you later.
Yeah, I don't think saddlebags actually are a container either. Maybe they are. Yeah, they're not. They're just an item. So I need to make saddlebags, containers, and all that other jazz. So you've got 10 water skins and 14 days of food.
Yep, 2 weeks worth of food. So we got plenty of food and water.
Now keep in mind that's 2 weeks worth of food for one person.
Understood. Yep, I got that.
So if anybody else wants to buy food and pile it on the wagon, you can.
I'm not worried about it. I got lots of food.
You know, if you want to put things on the wagon, you will need to initiate trade with Jim, and then I will give you a trade with Patsy.
I think I'm set. I got everything for my mount. I'm not heavily laden with gold.
It looks like the only person that's overloaded right now is Jolman and Jason.
I didn't even realize I had another 436 gold on me. I thought I gave you most of my gold except for 100.
You had some gold from your character creation, which is that. And it doesn't automatically pile those together unless you tell it to. So
Gotcha. Okay, that's good to know. Yeah, I'm
That's
really
funny.
loving the search, man. It's coming in handy right now. That's why I wrote it in there.
That's great.
Make it better too.
Are we heading out?
Has
Yeah,
everybody got everything they wanted on the wagon?
Yeah, I'm good.
I'm ready to go.
Just a minute.
I'm okay being lightly encumbered.
Gunther's ready?
Give me a second.
Let's see. Patsy. Rations. She has 24 days of food and 10 days of water.
Sounds like we're like pretty stocked.
Yeah, I think so.
I think
Having a
we're ready.
wagon was a smart idea.
Very, yeah. It might get too difficult to transverse at certain points, but it's worth having just in case, you know.
All right, so everybody has collected all the food that they want. You guys have given all the supplies that you want, which is 24 days of rations and 10 days of water. Is there anything else that you want to bring? Maybe grain for your horses, or extra rope for climbing, or any kind of climbing stuff?
I have silk rope that I bought, 50 feet. I might
tents
get a
or
grappling.
blankets.
Yeah,
Could be cold.
Right. Let's get some camping gear and maybe some climbing gear as well. So let me look what we got.
I'll get some food for the horses.
There you go. Someone else get up the tent, like a pavilion tent maybe. And I'll grab some climbing stuff if I can find it in here.
I want to mention this only because you're human, but you can purchase a lightstone like Sir Finfall has, or maybe Sir Finfall can give you his. But you can purchase one for a donation to the church if you would like.
I would like to do that. Yeah, absolutely.
I can give you mine since I've got the vision and the sword.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah, I would happily accept that.
Initiate a trade with him.
Yep, I'm doing that now.
Okay. Yeah, so it looks like we got everybody's lightly encumbered except for Sir Finfall.
Thank you, sir.
So to use that, it should show up. Let me see.
In details.
In details as a light source. If that's the right thing, let me check. What is that? Is that where that came from? You haven't
Yeah, that's
done-
where I would
don't-
go.
I have an aura of protection on me. I have 2 of them. from
That's
2 of them.
you have. I
have
don't see 2. I see 1.
I see
on my
one
end.
from Surf and Fall.
Yeah,
Um,
that's expected. It's because he's standing near you and you get his aura of protection.
no, I mean I see 2 entries for it under effects.
Yeah, it may just be there's some kind of latency between your browser and mine. I
Yeah.
only see the one. Yeah.
Okay. And then as far as the Lightstone, let me see here. I see.
There's a toggle button. Click that and see what happens.
I don't see the Lightstone in passive.
Under suppressed, inactive effects suppressed.
I don't see any entries on inactive or suppressed. Should I
Let
equip?
me see.
Let me equip the item.
Yeah. Oh yeah. You absolutely have to be equipped. Oh yeah. So see how bright that is.
Ooh, it got brighter.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
now just disable that in the effects.
You
while
can
I'm
you
not
can
using
toggle it off under details.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Lightstone.
There you go.
Oh man, that's neat.
Yeah, it's
Got a
come in
lot of-
handy for me. Yeah, I used it
Yeah.
a lot.
I'm liking this, man.
All right. Is everybody set?
We are set.
prepared to head out into the wilderness.
We are set. Yeah, I got everything.
Jala, Surfinfall, Gunther, do you guys all ready?
Good to go.
Good
Yep,
to
I'm
go.
good.
All right. We're going to use this one. Can you guys see it?
See mountain.
Yeah, I got it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I see mountains and hills.
Looks like Idaho.
Oh, it looks like I don't. I'm jealous. So what we're going to do, I did all that. Let's see, we'll turn that down. So that we could get to this point and say this is where we'll leave it.